So let us move on with another problem. So as I have told you in the last session, that is I have told you one problem, let us do that. So my x of n is equal to what? That is 3 into what I can say, that is 4 by 5 to the power of n. Just a second guys, sorry. Yes, it is 4 by 5 to the power of what I can say the n. 4 by 5 to the power of n, that is minus what I can say the 2 by 3 to the power of what I can say the 2n, that is whole into u of n. Here it is u of n. Just a second. Here it is u of n. So this is what is my given question. So now here in this particular question, that is what I have to do is, so I have to first take the formula for each and every problem. You need to take this formula, that is x of z formula, that is your n is equal to minus infinity to infinity, that is what I can say, that is your x of what I can say n into z to the power of minus n, right? So now what I have to do, I have to substitute this x of n in the place of this particular. So what is that I get? I get it as, that is summation of n is equal to what I can say minus infinity to infinity I'm sorry, that is here 3 into what I can say 3 into 4 by 5 to the power of that is here 3 into 4 by 5 to the power of n, that is minus 2 by 3 to the power of, that is here 2n into, just a second guys, yes, it is 2 by 3 to the power of 2n into u of n, right? Yes. So now that is what is my given u of n, that is into what I can say, that is into, just a second, I'll just showcase that. So that is into, that is what I can say, you can write it as into z to the power of minus n, right? It is into z to the power of minus n. So now what is that going to happen next is, so next what you have to do, you are going to separate the summations, that is you are going to provide summation for this particular as well as this particular, and you are going to multiply z to the power of minus n to this as well as this also, and here you are going to change the summation to u of n summation. So what is my u of n summation? That is summation of what I can say, your n is equal to 0 to infinity, that is what I can say, you can just write it as, that is, I'm sorry, it is 3 into, that is what I can say, the 4 by 5 to the power of 4 by 5 to the power of n into z to the power of minus n, that is minus, just write another summation, that is n is equal to 0 to infinity, that is yes, n is equal to 0 to infinity, that is what you are going to write it as, that is 2 by 3 to the power of 2n, that is what I can say into z to the power of minus n, right? So now what I have to do, I have taken the separate summations over here. So what I have to do is I have to remove the power over here. So I'll teach you this particular in a clear manner. So now let me see this particular. So what I can say, that now I'll remove my constant outside. So this 3 is removed outside. So therefore here I get it as, that is n is equal to 0 to infinity. What I'll do, I'll remove n outside. So if I remove n outside, what I get 4 by 5 into, I'm sorry, it is 4 by what I can say the 5 into, that is z to the power of minus 1, that is whole to the power of n, and then it is what I can say the minus. So here I am going to teach you. See here, what is that going to happen over here is, it is not just n, right? It is a 2n, it is being given here, this is 2n. So for 2n, what is that going to happen? This the 2n as the sense it's a square of n. This 2n as you are going to separate 2 and n first. What you're going to do? You're only going to take 2 by 3 the whole square. So if you take 2 by 3 the whole square, then what is that going to happen is first you're going to write that is n is equal to 0 to infinity. Oh, I'm sorry. It is n is equal to 0 to it's n is equal to 0 to infinity. So what I can say, if you take 2 by 3 the whole square, what is that? It is 2 2s are 4 and 3 3s are 9. So that is 4 by 9 to the power of n. You get it, right? So that is what you are going to do. It is 4 by n, 9 to the power of n into z to the power of minus n, or I can say that it is 4 by 9, that is z inverse, that is whole to the power of n, I can say, right? Yes. So first what you have to do, as here it is, if it is not given as n, like if it is given 2n, if it is given 3n in the question, so first of all you need to do square or cube of this particular given, and then you are going to consider the n, right? First we did the square over here. If you do the square over here, actually you can write one more step, right? That one more step is before doing all this, you can just write this first one as it is, and this first one, that is this part, as it is. And here what you're going to do is you can write another step stating that is summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity. That is what I can say, that is 2 by 3. They're not 2 by 3, I'm really sorry. It is what I can say, the 4 by 9, that is 4 by 9 to the power of n into z to the power of minus n. You can write, right? Yes, you can write. And then next what you are going to do is, in the very next step, so we are going to apply the formula. So the formula, you know already what is the formula. So my formula is given by, that is 1 minus 1 by alpha. So that is you are going to get it as constant 3. That is 3 divided by what? That is your 3 divided by here, I'm sorry, I'll write it as 5. No, I'm sorry. Yes. So it is 3 divided by, that is what I can say, the 1 minus 4 by 5 z inverse. It is 3 divided by, that is 1 minus the 4 by 5, I'm sorry, it is 3 divided by 1, no. It is 3 divided by 1 minus 4 by 5, that is z inverse. So that is z inverse, and yes, 4 by 5 z inverse, that is what, minus, what I can say, the minus, that is what, your 1 divided by, that is your 1 divided by 1 minus 4 by 9, that is z inverse, right? I'll write it in a simple form, that is 1 minus 4 by 9. So that is z inverse, right? This is what is, I got it, right? Yes. So now next what I have to do, I have to just convert this in the form of z. So if I convert this in the form of z, so what is that going to happen? I'm going to get it as, that is 15 divided by, I'm going to get it as 15 divided by what? That is 5z minus 4. That is what? So that is your minus, that is 9z divided by, that is your 9z divided by what? That is your 9 minus 4, right? 9z minus 4, I'm sorry, it is 9z minus 4. So this is what you are going to get. So now next what is that you're supposed to do is, so you're supposed to see through that. So see here, just a second, this got erased. Yes, so here you can see that for my term to convert, I need to make sure that what, I need to make sure that my 4 by 5 z inverse and 4 by 9 z inverse, what I can say, it should be what, it should be, that is lesser than 1, right? I told you for a term to convert, so the term should be lesser than 1. So therefore that is why I take my 4 by, that is what I can say, the 4 by 5 the modulus z inverse modulus. So 4 by 5, that is z inverse modulus, that is lesser than 1, and that is your 4 by, what I can say, the 9 z inverse, that is what I can say, it is lesser than 1, right? So now next what I have to do is, if I simplify both, so if I simplify both, what I get, so for the very first one, I get it as, that is what I can say here, 4 by 5 into 1 by z whole inverse, that is lesser than 1, or if I shift Z inverse over here, I get it as that is Z inverse, what I can say it is, that is you're greater than 4 by 5. And if you do the same for 4 by 9, so you're going to get it, instead of 5 here you're going to get it as 9, so no changes, the same thing. So here you're going to get it as Z inverse is greater than, that is 4 by 9, and I can say that my ROC, that is region of convergence, is this, that is Z modulus is, that is less greater than 4 by 5, right? This is Z modulus, right? This is Z modulus. Please to remember, if I have told inverse anywhere, I'm sorry, it is Z modulus which is lesser than sorry, it is greater than 4 by 5, and Z modulus is greater than 4 by 9. We got it, and we got to know that ROC is this particular, right? This is what is the question, and you also have similar questions on this particular, so you can make sure that you can do this similar kinds of questions for your examination. The procedures are the same. I already told you in the previous session also, the procedures are same, but what you have to do is you have to make sure that you can do this problem without fail, right? So now, so I'm going to clearly explain you this once again in a clear manner, that is I'm going to brush it up this problem. So see here, my question was this particular. So what was my question? So my question was, that is 3 into 4 by 5 to the power of n minus 2 by 3 to the power of 2n into u of n. So what is that? I used this formula very first. So very first you write, first step is what? You need to use x of z formula. Then what you have to do? You are going to substitute x of n over here. Then what you are going to do? You are going to take the separate summations. That is what? You are going to provide separate summations for the two terminologies given. You are going to multiply with z to the power of minus n, as well as what are you going to do is you are going to apply the unit step function, this thing, summation, right? The summation for unit step function is what? It is n is equal to 0 to infinity, right? And then what are you going to do? We remove the common outside over here, that is 3, and we took n as a power like this. So here also we did the same, and then here what did we do? As it was 2 by 3, that is whole to the power of 2n. So first you don't consider this n, consider this 2 first. So if you consider only 2 by 3 to the power of 2, what is that going to happen is, it would look like a square. So therefore that is why we did the square of this 2 by 3, that is 2 by 3 whole square will lead you 4 by 9, that is z inverse 4 by 9, right? So here it is, like I told you, one more step, that is what? My one more step, that is you can write like this. So where was that one more step? Just a second. No. So my one more step would be like what? So my one more step, I can write it as, I can write this like this only here. Here what I can do, I can write like this only. This will be, you have to write it like this only, and you have to write what? You have to write that is minus summation of, that is here, what I can say, the n is equal to, just a second. You can write n is equal to 0 to infinity, what I can say, that is 4 by 9 to the power of n into z to the power of minus n, you can write it, right? Yes. And then here we use the formula. So after you got to know till this, and here we use the formula, that is all 1 divided by 1 minus alpha, that is this formula. And here you are going to do what? So here you are going to, what I can say, the simplify in terms of z, and here you are going to take this two terms, that is these two terms are taken into consideration, and you can see that for these two terms to converge, it should be lesser than, its modulus should be lesser than 1. And now what is that going to happen is, when you simplify this particular, I'm really sorry for the disruption. Yes. And if you simplify this further, so what is that you're going to get as? So you're going to get it like this, like you're going to, for z inverse, you're going to take it as 1 by z, and then for this 1 by z, you can write it as z modulus. So if you do the process, you get it as, for the first one, it is z modulus is greater than 4 by 5, and the second step, it is z modulus is greater than 4 by 9, and I can see that my ROC is z modulus is greater than 4 by 5, right? So I guess you got this, how to do it, and we are also going to do one more problem in the next session, and thank you.